On tonight's episode, we are talking about Moldaver. I got that right, Moldaver, and the invasion of Vault 32. We're also getting into our gameplay in Fallout 76 and Oblivion Remastered.
Bethesda was surprised that fans hated the Fallout 3 ending. We got ESO Dragon Knight update in the PTS, and now you can play Doom in another video game? Well, before we get in our game, how about we talk about this topic of ours real quick?
Main topic.
So real quick, I want to touch back on the Fallout TV show because I had something come up on my Facebook page this week. And it was just this picture, and it says Fallout 32 radio silence. And it says in the picture, Vault 33 was infiltrated by Lee Moldaver, masquerading as Vault 32's overseer. Why didn't Hank McClane validate her identity with Bud Askins? With a program built on careful succession, how could Vault 31 and 33 be unaware of Vault 32's fall?
And judging
because
by
in the show we
corpses,
see that it's been a minute,
while,
right?
Yeah. So it had to have been several months, at least a month or two, at the very least.
Yeah, but this brought me to a lot of other questions too. Looking back, well, first of all, Lee Moldaver, when they invade the vaults, it seems like everybody involved in the invasion was a raider.
Yes.
But we know that Lee Moldaver was one pre-war, was kind of this revolutionary. Post-war, she's part of the NCR, at least after the, we find her outside of the vault, right? Mm-hmm. She's with the NCR. So how's an NCR detachment commander infiltrate vaults and with supposedly raiders?
Yeah, they never clarified that.
And they never clarified that, and they never clarified why the residents of Vault 4? With the mutants were like worshiping her.
Yeah.
Like had a tapestry like she was the Virgin Mary. That was never discussed.
There's a lot open when it comes to Moldaver. A lot open. And why that silence happened, why they didn't know when they could have checked, and Bud probably should have been checking. I'm sure they had to call in at least once a month.
Well, we know that they were in regular communication, at least the 33 leaders were in regular communication with Bud Askins, or with Vault 31, which we find out later is Bud Askins.
It occurred to me, the deaths were not caused by the raiders in Vault 32. It was an insurrection because you see all over the walls, death to the overseer.
Right.
So they did that to themselves. So I think that the door might have already been open because of the mom, Lucy's mom.
Well, it wasn't Lucy's mom. Moldaver had
her Pip-Boy.
Mom's Pip-Boy.
Yeah, so she had easy access to get in. There was no one there guarding it because they killed themselves.
Right. Literally just waltzed right in and was able to set this up. But it still begs the question is why didn't the leadership management 31 know?
They don't have cameras, so she was probably just using the overseer computer and probably already had access to it because of what she did pre-war. Still don't know how she wound up being there 200 years after the events of the war because she was pre-war. We don't know if she was frozen and how she got frozen because she wasn't a part of that experiment.
So how does she get frozen? How does she wake up later? Why is she worshipped? Why does she portray herself as raiders? Why was she working for the NCR? Well, NCR because she was at Shady Sands with Rose McClane. So we know that.
Yeah.
And we know that Moldaver has a bone to pick with Hank because of what he did. So, but there's still a lot of, I don't think we've seen the last of Lee Moldaver. I think we're going to see more of her in season 3.
I said that in season 1 at the end of it. I was saying that I don't think we're going to see the last of her. It's most likely going to be flashbacks of story fill.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot opened up, and I think the showrunners are going to realize that, like, oh, oops, or unless they already have it planned for season 3 or 4.
They got to.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
a
a
pretty
huge
big.
oops.
That's a lot of big questions. Yeah, a lot of big questions. Because everybody that was worshiping her was from the surface, getting naked and chanting and.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
If you're listening to audio, you can email us. You can go in our Discord and let us know what you think.
You can comment on iTunes and on Spotify too. Definitely let us know. How about some game?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Do I want to go first? Yes, I do.
Go for it. It's all you, brother.
Well, I have a little interesting thing, okay? I decided to get back into Oblivion Remastered because it's one of the few old Elder Scrolls I have never beat. So I really want to get back into it. And I loaded up thinking, why in the world did I stop playing it? There was something. And the second I loaded into my game, I remembered exactly why I stopped playing it, because I had a bug that's prevented me from continuing on a quest. And I got fed up with it. It was the battle for Castle Kvatch, where you first see the Oblivion gates. Yep. Yeah, right when you get near the end of it, before you infiltrate the main keep to go get what's-his-face, the leader there says, we need to kill all the bad guys, basically. And there's none anywhere near there. And it turns out that an imp had fallen through the world. So there's no way you can get to it, and the game doesn't reset it. However, there is a fix that I looked online for, and you just got to walk through the keep yourself, kill everything, find the corpse of the Duke or whatever he is, and get his ring off, and the quest will automatically update.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, so I did that, and I still had 2 of the guys left with me from the original guards, so I wasn't doing it all on my own. So I got that completed, and I continued the Dark Brotherhood, of course, duh.
Of course.
And I'm very excited to do Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion because I've never done it. And I'm on the quest to assassinate Balin. This is a very interesting one because you get a bonus if you do it a very, very particular way. You have to sneak into his house. You have to go up into the 2nd floor, find a crawl space, get in there, and undo latches on a mounted head above where he usually sits during the evenings between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., I think, or 11 p.m. And let it fall on him, and then you have to sneak out without being seen by his manservant, who is way too observant and stays by his corpse for apparently days on end until you leave. I got up in there at 2 a.m., figured I'd just crawl in when everyone's asleep, go into the basement, the usual sneaky. Went up to the 2nd floor, and of course, the manservant and Balin were asleep. So I just waltzed right into the room, went right into the crawl space, which normally should have woke up the manservant because it was right by his bed, right by his face where he's sleeping. Went in there, closed the door, and waited. And it made me think, assassins had a very, very boring job. They had to sit there sometimes. I've heard stories from past assassinations where assassins would wait inside of a home for 2 to 3 days in a tiny space, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. And I thought, well, you have to be an adrenaline junkie to the extreme to do that job. To sit there and wait and sit for hours upon hours for 10 seconds of an adrenaline rush. Well, I waited, and here's something that drove me nuts. I had 14 hours to wait until 8:30. That was my goal. Started in the wait process. About halfway through it, at about 1 o'clock in the morning, it just stopped. I looked around like, what the hell? So I started doing the wait again, and it went 1 hour, and then boom, there's this courier standing right in front of me, yelling out, I have a message for you. And he said, here, take this. It's from a friend. Gives me some note, and then walks over the entrance of the crawl space and stands there, staring at it. I waited an hour, came back, and he's still sitting there waiting, staring at it.
Oh, no.
Saying, how in the world did they not alert everybody within the entire block? Is he freaking yelling at me? Apparently, these super ninja couriers can only be seen by the intended person. I don't know. Anyway, it finally let me wait, and I undid the latches, kaplunk. Oh my god! And I waited. I wanted to wait until I saved the game. Waited for 2 o'clock in the morning again, hoping that the manservant would be in bed. I went down the space, and he's sitting there right next to his lord. Oh, I can't believe this happened. 5 hours later, come on, dude. And he spots me right away. Like, his back was turned to me. I barely took a step. It's like one of those shows, those comedian shows where you hear a creak and you stop. And the whole world sees you. And I tried running from him, but that dude can teleport, apparently. Anywhere in the city. So I reloaded it 3 times until I was finally able to get past him and get into the basement and get out of there without being seen. I wanted that reward. And I'm glad I did it. Because when I went back to the Brotherhood, the Sanctuary, another interesting thing that kind of showed me how kind of fucked up the Dark Brotherhood is. Well, we knew that already. I mean, they're a guild of assassins. Come on. But I got in there, and the main vampire dude, I'm terrible with names, people. I did not write him down. I'm sorry. But the leader of the Dark Brotherhood, this particular branch, was sitting there talking to an Argonian who was regaling him of his recent contract, the orphanage contract. And the Argonian looks up and says, yeah, the orphans, although they actually thought that they could fight back.
Wow.
Yeah. And I finished the quest. Lord. I got the title of Slayer, and I got a pretty sick dagger called Sufferthorn.
Okay.
That's what I use. I use my dagger as my close quarter combat, and I use my bow, obviously, for everything else. So that was going to be a nice help. That weakens my opponent greatly, so I'm excited to play with that. I'm going to do the next series of the Dark Brotherhood quests. I decided to go into Fallout 76 because I really want to get the Don Pedro from the seasons. I'm still miles and miles away. I'm only ranked 17 because I haven't been in the game much in the last couple of months. That's completely on me. There's all kinds of things going on, and I'm playing other things. And so I'm back at that, doing my weeklies, my dailies, re-rolling my weeklies because it's giving me stuff I would never do. And then as I was doing my weeklies, I had to kill 30 cultists. So I went to the first spot, killed everything in sight, and went back, and I love my new sniper rifle. Now that it's suppressed, I am unstoppable. I've had people walk up to me in my face, just pull out scope, pop, and they still don't see me. He did that right in front of the staircase when a cult was coming up, popped him in the head, he drops, and there's one right at the bottom of the stairs who just went, huh? Never before did that happen. The second I would have taken a shot, the entire area would have been on me in 10 seconds. Now, I'm a true stealth sniper. So, as I was going to the second camp, I didn't have it unlocked yet. It was the mine, the Lucky Hole Mine. As I was going through it, I had to go over a mountain pass. And as I was going through this mountain pass, my first character had probably one of the best spots in the game to build a camp. It's this little hidden lake on top of a mountain that overlooks a huge open area, which is, I wrote down, Watoga City. I can get it.
Okay.
As well as the Fort Defiance. So you can see all that down below. Beautiful spot, and I found it. Couldn't remember where it was at. On my way to go find Lucky Hole Mine. And turns out it was on the cliff right above Lucky Hole Mine.
Oh, okay.
So I've been debating if I'm going to do my second camp there or not. But yeah, it's sick. If you want a good spot with a little hidden lake up on a mountain cliff.
That's pretty cool. I just went for the center of the map for my first camp.
Well, yeah, everyone does that in the beginning. You want a good local spot where you're going to start out. But then as you get later on, you can pick your dream spot and build an awesome camp. Yeah. And you can also buy, I think, up to 3 different camps that you can activate. You can't have them all active at the same time, but you can build 3 different camps, and you can just switch between them, which one's active, and go to it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, and the last thing I did when I was at the mine, there were 3 cultists praying in front of the Mothman right at the entrance of it, And it cracked me up because they all went, "Oh, holy Mothman, protect us from all harm!" And at that very second, I opened fire. Took all 3 of them in 3 seconds. It was just perfect.
Nice.
Just
Beautiful.
timing. Yeah, it wasn't much. I was just working on that, did fishing, dailies, things like that. Just trying to get my rank up. And a little tip, if you're working on doing that, get lunch boxes. Use 4 of them at a time.
Okay.
Because that's going to increase the amount you get for the challenges.
Oh, okay.
That was my play in a nutshell. It was pretty quick and easy. I'm really excited to get back in Oblivion Remastered. And I'm going to be doing ESO. That's on my list. It's going to happen, but I am waiting for the April update.
Okay, got you. Got a couple months then. Mm-hmm. I got gameplay from Fallout 76. I got gameplay from Fallout 76. It's real.
It happened.
So it did. I'm in it. I'm deep. I did.
Are you hooked yet?
Yeah. I mean, I play it basically like a solo Fallout. It's just like a solo Fallout for me. I don't even think I haven't interacted with anybody else in the game.
That's how I play it too. I think that's how a lot of people play it.
I've come across a couple. I noticed that there was a bunch of people. One time I logged in, or I clicked the map, and there was a bunch of people by the whatever gathering place is down by the entrance to Ohio. There was like a bunch of people down there.
Oh, where the bridge is?
The bridge, whatever the bridge is.
Yeah, that's where I went to go hunt down cultists earlier today.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did, so I know they congregate in some places, but I was too busy doing stuff.
You told me about
that,
load
up
too.
in flat.
And what I found fascinating is I have 2 characters level 90 plus, and I never run across anybody in the game unless I'm doing an event.
Yeah, but it was near the starting area. It was over by Flatwoods.
Okay.
Actually, the Wayward Inn was where I came across somebody. So it was a central place where us low level peons, start out.
But everyone goes there.
Yeah. I ended up going back up toward Morgantown Airport. I had gone up there earlier, and then I was following the quest objectives and said something about inoculation project, and I went to open the gate, and then I heard what I thought was super mutants, and then I ran. So I went back up there. On the way, I came across the Wayward Inn, and I walk in, and there's some dude in there who's got a gun on the bartender.
Yes.
So I cap him. I talk to her and Mort, and I decide I need a camp because they want you to try to find whoever's like in charge of the gang or whatever.
Yeah,
that's sending people to harass her.
They kind of force you in. It's like their tutorial for the camp system.
Yeah,
because you have to build one in order to build the sign that says "Here, come here."
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So I'm like, all right, well, I need to build a camp anyways. I wandered around for a bit. I found a couple of interesting things. I found a blown off vault door with a scavenger named Alyssa looking at it. Not sure what that's about yet.
You'll find out.
Okay. And then I found on the map there was a plane crash, but there's also a radio tower in that same area. And I saw super mutants out there, and I didn't want to test it yet. When I finished playing, I was level 9.
Yeah.
So I'm still pretty low there.
Still pretty low.
And my ammo is a premium. So I'm like, I'm gonna just bypass that one right for now. But I found a really cool place on the edge of a creek.
Well, really quick though, when it comes to those radio towers, the super mutants in those things reminds me of a clown car. Like, how many of those damn super mutants can you fit in that tiny building?
Okay, well,
they like test
noted.
that boundary.
I'm glad I skipped that then. But I ended up finding the edge of a creek. I started building my camp. My thoughts on the camp system pretty much runs like Fallout 4.
Okay.
So a lot of the same tricks and things that I did in Fallout 4, I was able to do in Fallout 76. It's nothing fancy. It's literally 4 walls with a bed and a stash box and a couple of what do you call them? Crafting tables.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it is. It's home. It's nice. It's functional. It does its thing. It was pretty cool. But then I remembered I had a bunch of building materials that were all at the Overseer's camp. So I had to fast travel back there, grabbed everything, long walk back to my
Were you
camp.
overweight?
Oh yeah, a
Yeah.
bunch.
The good news is eventually you can get a card that will let you fast travel overweight.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I was so
Uh,
ecstatic when I got that.
yeah, I was really focused on the strength based cards. Let's see. Ended up taking the road to Helvetia
Helveta? Yeah.
and headed north. I got jumped by a bunch of Scorched and then came across my first High Priest mini boss.
Oh, with the star next to his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
took care of that. Wasn't that hard. And then
Early on,
finally
though.
got
They're not
to,
that hard. But they
yeah,
should have dropped you a legendary of some kind.
well, I got the priest bag or whatever the hell that is. I still haven't
Oh,
figured out what
okay.
I'm supposed to do with that. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure because I've gone through a couple of weapons, but I finally got to my camp. I looked at the map. Okay, here's the question. Here's a question for you. You can claim locations. How does that work? Because I noticed that one of the players on the map it said one of the locations that said claimed by and then the player's name.
Yeah, there's a couple of key points around the map where you can go and you clear out all the enemies in it and you wait for a certain time. You can claim it as like a resource depot. They have mines and other things that you can gather resources there, and it becomes
Oh,
yours until taken. I've claimed them before,
okay.
and I've never had anyone take it from me. And it's only
Huh.
like yours for a limited time. But yeah, you can get some goodies from that.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that a little bit. Well, I went back to the airport finally and opened up the door, and of course you see the weird green statue guys all frozen in place and stuff like that. And then I found a mortar, and I'm like, "What's this?" It's like the red button syndrome.
Yeah, of course you gotta press it.
I'm like, "You got to push it." Yeah, and then I got a bunch of scorched coming after me. It wasn't actually that bad. I was more worried about it. It wasn't even that bad, but it brings in a cargo bot, and I got a rifle and a bunch of other goodies from that.
Oh, those are
So
hard to come by.
that was a lot of fun. So I went back to camp. I'm like, all right, I got all this stuff, and I thought I was being smart because I already had the large stash box.
Right.
So I decided I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the large stash box for all my shit, and then I'm gonna have a smaller stash box that I use next to my crafting table. It's just gonna be all the junk. Those two are connected.
They are, yeah. You have one
So
primary stash. There's only one way to get around that. Is
mhm.
there's a medical stash box you can get, which you can only put all your medical supplies in. That's not attached to your main stash,
Okay,
and an ammo stash
okay,
that you can store all your ammo in.
okay. It's there needs to be a junk stash box
There is.
next to that I can put. There is one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well I gotta find that because I didn't see
You're
that.
gonna have to look in the buy menu.
Okay,
I
all right.
think.
Well, anyways, so then was I walking back? I think I was walking back. I went through Morgantown. I ended up clearing it, and then there was the was it a mining company or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I
know.
think I believe I put a picture of it on our socials. I found a body in the basement with a pickaxe in it.
Yes.
You go down the basement underneath. That's how you get inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a shotgun next to her, and there's a dead dude there, and then a pick in her chest. That was pretty cool.
There's a lot of that kind of
And then I
setup
start,
in there.
yeah. So let's see, what did I do? I went to Wayward. I went back to the Wayward, and I started Hunter for Hire.
Okay.
So this is kind of cool. So it's like I don't know. I feel like it's the first big quest that you can kind of do.
Yeah. It
First
starts
one I found, anyways.
one of the main quests. There's several main quests,
Yeah.
but there's yeah, as you're going through the game, just exploring everything, you're gonna find tons of them.
Okay. I found my favorite outfit.
Oh
This
yeah.
one actually took me a minute. Yeah, because I told you I was going through the store and finding all those different like all the free shit
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And I had already owned this, so this must have been from an older version of the game. It's the Mountain Scout outfit,
Oh yeah, I
and
think I know that
it's
one.
yeah, it said I already owned it, so I'm like I must have got that before. How did I get that before? And then I couldn't figure out how to get it. I'm like, where the hell do I get it? Oh, you got to craft it. So I had to look that up, figure out how to craft it. So I do the whole thing where you're headed like basically like northwest, and couple cool locations. You got to go in you gotta go to the junkyard. You gotta go to like the carnival yard. That's where you find Leibowitz. And Leibowitz agrees to help you deal with the dudes at the, what is it, the lumber camp or the lumber mill or whatever.
Yeah, and keep that in mind. That's a good spot to go back for to go get
Okay.
wood for your camp.
Wood. Well, that tracks. Well, he says the only way he's going to do that is if I have to go to some island and get an egg. A Deathclaw egg, I'm assuming?
Yep. This is where you can get, I forgot how you do it, but part of this quest, there's an option you can do which will get you some stealth boys.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
That's the way to do it.
All
Use
right,
one of those bad boys.
Okay. Yeah, I love the stealth boys. It's always fun. I'm very much a stealth sniper. Speaking of which, broke my rifle.
No.
I have a marksmanship rifle. I think that was legendary. I got off of one of the priests. Was a mark.
Oh, man,
it was either
that's
that or the cargo bot.
Did you still able to repair it though?
Yes, except I can't find repair kits anywhere.
They're on the store, or you can go to your weapon bench, and there's an option to repair with materials.
I have to do it in my weapons bench. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a problem. So, well, that all happened, and I'm like, I'm not going to the lumber mill yet. I end up returning to my camp, and that was where I left off.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be more fun. I can't wait to hear more about this from you, man. You're in it.
I'm loving it, dude. I really am, dude. It's such a fun game. And I also did. Oh no, I was just gonna say. I also have Fallout Shelter on my phone now again. I was talking to my kid because my middle kid, he just finished. Him and his boyfriend binged the Fallout TV show.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And I go in, talk to him in his room one day, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's on his laptop playing Fallout Shelter. I'm like, I gotta do Fallout Shelter again. So if you go into Fallout Shelter now, they have the seasons and stuff like that. I believe we reported on that.
I just updated it.
And okay. They have experimental vaults, which is like connected to this season. You have like so many days or whatever. So I started experimental vault. It's really cool. I believe I have pictures on my phone. I'll try to remember to send them to Wigit. They have the New Vegas skyline at the top. You see New Vegas skyline at the top. Yeah, and I got like really within the first couple hours, you can get Lucy and Hank to be in your vault. I don't know if that applies to the regular vanilla Shelter game or if it's just for the experimental vaults, but I got both of those. They have new enemies since the last time I played. You can have aliens attack your vault, which sounds scarier than it really is. I was sitting there playing. I was sitting there where me and the wife were sitting on the couch last night. And she's playing this little match game that she plays, merging game. And I was playing Fallout Shelter. And I started yelling, I'm like, aliens? What the fuck? It's just the Zedans. They come running in with ray guns. But I don't know I think it's part of the experimental vault. You can get the Vault 76 Overseer as one of your characters in your vault. And she comes in with this ray gun that does like 24 damage or something. So as long as your first room is all well armed up, it's 0 factor. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, experimental vaults.
I don't know
I just want to go to my main.
So that's pretty much, that was all my play.
Yeah, Vault 777.
Okay, Vault 313.
Yeah, I have to get back into that. It's been a long time since I played it. Anyway, I was going to say,
fun little game.
There's a little thing about Fallout 76 that drives me insane about some of these people. These hype train idiots, I like to call them. Or the media idiots. So we had a comment on one of our, I think it was one of our shorts, saying, all he said was, Fallout sucked. Or Fallout 76 sucked. Meaning past tense. So I see this all the time where I'll be going in conversation with someone about Fallout 76 and people chime in saying, Fallout 76 is terrible. And every time I ask them, when's the last time you played it? Almost always it's within the first month of it releasing. Did you stop and think to go back and try it again? No, it still sucks.
Right.
Well, they completely changed the game. Completely changed the game.
Yeah, it's completely different.
And
and I resisted 76 for a long time. We'd have many conversations about this because the first two times I tried to play it, it didn't work. I had bugs that were game breaking. I gave it another chance, thanks to especially Wigit, King Fan Man, our friend, convincing me. And it's awesome. It's great. I haven't had any issues this playthrough.
Yeah, it's by far my favorite Fallout so far. I can't speak for Fallout 5 or anything, or future gaming, but so far it's definitely my favorite.
Right.
It's what got me into Fallout. So yeah, if you're one of those haters who played it a long time ago or just heard that it sucked a long time ago and won't play it because you think it sucks, just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like when they go on sale, like last time it was like $8. Give it a shot. You didn't waste money, trust me. If you love Fallout, you're gonna love this game.
And if you have Game Pass, you can access it for no extra money right now.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool.
It's on Game Pass. That's how I play it. So.
And I forgot what else I was gonna say, but that's gonna be pretty much it for the show tonight.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It was a good show. It was a lot of fun.
We're back to a lot of stuff. Normal episode.
Our normal format. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Now I got to create a bumper for gameplay. I'll get into that. Anyway, how can they reach us, buddy?
Well, if they really want to reach us, they can go to our link tree. That is linktr.ee/wyrdkhaosmedia. Wyrd is WYRD, chaos with a K, media. If you want to email us about business or advertising, it's wyrdkhaosmedia@gmail.com.
Please like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon if you want to know when our shorts and videos come out. I experimented with a part 1 and part 2 last episode. I may do that again. I'm not sure, but I release them back to back so you can get all of it at once. And if you want to just watch the first news and then later on watch the second part, cool. Or, 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify. I'm keeping the audio version as one long episode, and we really appreciate it. That's how we get noticed, and the algorithm says, hey, these guys, they're here. They exist.
Yep. And if you want to leave a comment and talk shit to us, we'll take that too, because guess what? Every comment, that's engagement. Engagement gets views, and thank you very much for your participation. Appreciate you.
We love you.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's going to be it
the
for
internet,
tonight, bud.
That is it.
Thank you so much for watching and listening, and have an amazing week out in the Bethesdaverse.
Peace out.